Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to your weekly general tarot scope with me, Raphael. I just want to say a massive thank you so much for continuing to be a part of my wonderful community. It really does mean a lot. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, and you want some of that Rafi love every week, hit the subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your, or should I say, us on our paths to our highest vibrational good. So you're going to have to let me know, do you love them? Do you loathe them? What do you think of the new, and I've got a jumping set of triplets there, right? So the cards hath spoken, and we will go from there. But there we go. What do you think of the all new and improved, reworked weekly general? All right, let me know in the comments. I know a lot of you love these more than you love my other videos, so you asked and you shall receive. All right, so I'm just going to give these a shuffle so that we are nice and ready to get on with it, and then we will get into the read. Right, so for the overarching energies and messages this week, the first card out was this one was face up, and this one was face down, right? So we've got the Five of Pentacles, we've got the Four of Wands, so interesting, and we've got the Seven of Pentacles, right? So last week we had the message that we were coming into an understanding of what we had to give up or what we had to trade out for the desired results or the wins that we were looking for in our lives. This week it's like we're going through the process of really understanding what something has cost us, but more importantly, I hate it when the camera does that. Really, it drives me insane. Come on. There we go, right? So that Five of Pentacles, it can represent a loss or potentially sometimes even a financial hit of some sort. But when is a loss actually a win, right? You've got this with the Four of Wands, and then with the Seven of Pentacles. Now that we've gone through last week where we understood what we were trading out, and now we've gone through the process of mourning, as we come into this week, we are fully aware of what our wins are. There's a really deep, profound sense of celebrating whatever the loss was, because we understand that actually it means we've got a lot more time and energy to focus on what we're bringing now, what we're bringing into our lives, right? What we're welcoming in. What I love most about this, especially from the Four of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles type of it, this is where you start to love the work, right? This is where you start to love the process and or the journey. Now, I'm going to give you an example. If you have ever worked with a personal trainer, you know those first few sessions are absolutely brutal, right? You go through a period where it's kind of like, oh, you know, you feel like you're going to die. But then something magical happens. So I always tell this story of my first ever spin class, right? So there's Rafi, extremely overweight, no more so than now. Right? I was in bad shape, right? So I was like, well, it's a beginner's class. It can't be too bad. It was only a 30-minute spin class. I tell you, I got to about 15-ish minutes and I thought to myself, I'm going to die here. Like, I'm genuinely going to be that guy that died in the spin class. And, you know, obviously they say when you pass, like when you pass, like everything inside you empties out. Like literally, this was my thought process, right? I was like, I'm going to die here. Oh my God. And then about 3 minutes, it was about 18, 20 minutes we got to. And all of a sudden that gave way to this complete wave of, not only have I got this, but I am going to absolutely smash this. And that's what this feels like to me, right? This feels like a really, really great energy. Come on, iPad, stop being a Anyway, so I love this, right? This week it's like we're coming into the understanding of where our focus is, and more importantly, we're starting to really celebrate the journey, right? We're starting to actually like the pain of the workout, if that gives you any sort of analogy. Now, in terms of the world events, we've got the Four of Cups, We've got the Goddess of Swords, which is actually the Queen of Swords. Okay. And we've got this with the Five of Cups. So again, more loss, right? We've got two fives here. Two fives represents a vigil. I would not be surprised if somebody in the literary world or the academic world either passes or makes some kind of stand this week. Now, I've got to be honest with you, it might be a stand where she is somewhat alone. It feels like someone, and likely to be a woman, an air sign woman, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or somebody who is, you know, whose intelligence or academic prowess is really kind of like part of their brand of who they are, if that makes sense. The feeling that I get from this is they take a stand on something or against something, and it may cost them dearly. And I gotta say, like, you know, providing it's not something that condones hurting people, I rate anybody that is willing to go out on a limb on their own in order to stand up for what they believe, right? But she may very well be doing this on her own. Now, the general consensus is that there's gonna, because this is the Four of Cups into the Five of Cups, right? So there's a progression here from how we feel about something to understanding what the devastation has been. This may be the fallout of the fires. It could even be something else, especially because the Queen of Swords suggests that there might be a legal or an academic slant to this as well. So the general consensus is it's almost like there's something that the people, like we as people, are going to feel like we are being sort of not robbed of, because last week it was a similar kind of energy where something was repealed, only this week it's kind of like, okay, so this is, you know, this is where things are at this moment in time. Now for Monday, we start the week with the Emperor and the Moon, right? So thinking back over past leaders, there might actually be a comparison this week, right? I wouldn't be surprised if in the news there's some comparison made that, you know, potentially makes a lot of people unhappy or, you know, cry foul or whatever the case might be. You know, the other way that we could see this, I wouldn't be surprised, especially with this will be something about the education system. It really does feel like that because it keeps coming up as a bit of an energy here. I will also say this could be, you know, on a more sort of microcosmic level. It's possible that we could all have some revisit of somebody from our past that represented a really either important person in our lives at one point, or potentially somebody that we had a commitment with or to. Now, that doesn't have to be personal only. It could be professional, it could be platonic, it could be academic. For Tuesday, we have the Star card and the Ace of Swords, right? So a decision that we make on Tuesday really has far-reaching ripples that go quite sort of out into the realm of our lives in terms of, what's the word that I'm looking for? In terms of our future. This is, you know, the Ace of Swords, it's like some swift, decisive action that's taken on Tuesday will really feed directly into our future in some way. And also, there's a chance here that a decision that you've had potentially some, not hardship, it's not hardship that you've had making the decision. It may be something that's taken you a good while, excuse me, to get really clear on. All of a sudden it becomes really clear and you see that the final outcome that you're really desiring to go after really quick, like really clearly. So love that. Also, any contracts that you start at this time, even with the retrograde energy in the air, this bodes very well because the energy is very supportive. On Wednesday, as if that wasn't enough goodness, we've got the Wheel of Fortune with the Two of Pentacles, right? This could be a shift point, especially on a financial level. This could be a shift point where you start to reap the rewards of being really either frugal or quite sort of budget savvy. Now, this could also be that we find ourselves in the right place at the right time to make a difference when it comes to our finances, or it could be an opportunity that comes out of the blue that really, speaks to exactly what we need at this moment in time to get ahead. On the wider world stage, this could be an upturn on an economic level. On Thursday, we have the World card, right? Okay. With the Three of Cups, this will be the world revisiting something that needs to be discussed at a deeper length in some regard. I wouldn't be surprised if this maybe some kind of law is maybe not necessarily repealed, but definitely taken back to be re-examined in some way. On a personal level, what I really like about this is this could be reconnections to a community that you've once been a part of in some way, shape, or form that was very supportive, very nurturing for you. If you've been sort of not at odds, but like if you've been separated from family members or loved ones in some way, shape, or form, this could be a reunion with your personal community. And then finally, on a more sort of personal note as well, there's a sense here that we come into a deeper understanding of just how much completion there is with the resources and the community that we already have, right? There's a really nice energy there. Now, for Friday, we've got the Devil card, so you do want to just be mindful of overdoing it. You've got this with the Page of Pentacles. Whatever you are really focused on this week, that's very interesting, isn't it? Whatever you really focused on this week, you'll be working on this now right the way through to the end of the year, as in literally through to the very end of the year and potentially into January of 2026. So big moment. It's a real moment to pay attention to what, wherever you're loving the work or the hard work and the grit, that's probably showing you like you're going to need to love it because this is going to be around for a long while. Whatever you are really investing your time and effort and energy into this week, it's a really long game, all right? And then finally, for the weekend, we have the Judgment card and we have the Strength card. So this is a return. This is the return of the Space Cowboy. This is the return. I used to love that song. Sorry, I'm showing my age now. Right, so you've got the Judgment card with the Strength card. First of all, this is all of us as people, potentially as a collective, getting back to feeling like we have the power or we have the strength that we need in order to move forward. Right? What I love most about this as well is this might be a return to a better time of health. It could also be an old hobby, talent, or skill that you really feel like you want to showcase to the world in some way, but didn't, maybe you forgot your guts. Maybe you forgot your grit. Well, this weekend, you're getting it all back. Go out and shake your booty, right? Another way that this will also show up is maybe somebody that you find very inspirational or very supportive, or somebody that gives you courage could really come back into your world. And I have to say, because there's a double message of this, you've got the Moon card as the past, you've got the Three of Cups, which is a reunion card, and you've also got the Judgment card. There's definitely an energy of something coming back, something being back on the cards, back on the table, right? So there's also reunions and reconnections. And then finally, our Human Design Oracle deck card for the week is the Gate 28 and Possible. If you are willing to dream it, then you can absolutely achieve it, right? The other thing that I love about this card is it basically shows up for us when we have what we consider an impossible task. This is the universe's way of saying, hold on to that dream because it is totally possible. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up for you. Remember, you can still get your place on the work with me for 3 months. There's currently, so if you want to get your space, there's a link in the description. You'll be seeing this all over my socials if you want more information on what it is and how it's going to work and stuff. I would love to be of service to you over the next 3 months to help you get to where you really need to be. We start right at the beginning of the month, and then we're going on for the next 3 months. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.